Hello and welcome back here on my English YouTube channel about my Lego City project called Bugle. And in today's update, we are going back to the roundabout. You can see it right now in the center of the screen. We want to finish up that construction and also we want to build at an area around the roundabout. We want to work once again at our pineapple store and also we want to start working on that area on the left side. So stay tuned today. That big empty spot you can see right now here, that's going to be the area where I want to build up in the near future my version of the Daily Bugle that's based on the official Lego set, and I really want to work on that area here in a future update, but we have to prepare some stuff. As you can see here, I already started working here at the ground area. You can see all these little parts, and for me, it's important that I can remove that building here completely because it's not so easy to work in a position like you can see me right now here. And I'm just removing some parts here because I want to create a kind of modular base for that building that can be placed on that empty spot, and I can remove it as I need. And that's my construction. As you can see here, lots of big 16 by 16 plates, and you can see a kind of little steps here on the side where that curved area of the roundabout is, and then I can just remove it. At the moment it's a little bit complicated because it's a little bit unstable because it's just a big part of planes, but I can remove that big part here completely out of that stuff, and then I can start working on that in I hope not so far future, building up my version of the Daily Bugle. Of course, as always, it's going to be a bigger one. I have 2 official sets, and I also think I will need some additional parts, but that's going to be the base area for our Daily Bugle in a not so far away future, as I hope. But it was very important to do that today, to have the base, and I also think it's a good idea to do it right now before we are not able to work very well at that point here on the table, because as more stuff is added here on the table, it's complicated to get there to build some stuff like all these little tiles here as a foundation for that building. And it's maybe not the most interesting part, but as you can see here, it has to be done. And also I need to drill in a hole early in the next days, so we have a place where the electricity comes from under the table, and later on it's, as you can see here, very easy to put it in. But coming back to the main part of today's update, we really need to finish up that roundabout. As you can see here, we have these rounded areas here with all these little leaves on it, and we also want to do that here on the missing 4th side. It's not too complicated, I hope, because the base layout is already done, but we need to put in all these little parts. As you can see here, it's just very basic. I have these 2x4 bricks, and on top of that, I'm just putting on my leaves, and then I can just lay it down in here. It has not to be connected to any stud, it's just laying here. And by the way, in the last update, you saw that I have a new printer where I can print on tiles, and I did some parts here. As you can see here, these are parts for a kind of a cyberpunk future scenery. I also added or created some parts for a medieval or fantasy stuff, and all of them I'm not only using maybe in the future in some of my projects, but you also can buy them on my online shop now. I'm going to add a link to the video description and also adding a link down in a pinned comment. As you can see, a lot of paintings in medieval fantasy or magic style. It's called Magic World on my page. And a lot of them, it's perfect to use in different kind of sceneries. And if you want to order some of them, you can find them now on my online store. More is coming soon. I'm going to add more and more stuff in the future. I just wanted to show you some of these printed parts. And I just have to repeat myself, that new printer is a very, very great addition, not only for my own projects, but maybe also for your projects. Coming back to the roundabout, you can see I added the missing parts here. I also started working here on the sidewalk, added some new minifigures here, and now I can say finally that the roundabout is done. All of it is done. Of course, there's a lot of other stuff to do, but I also added some new minifigures, so we have now 1,260 inhabitants here in the city, and insane increasingly number, and also added a little walk here over, and in upcoming updates, we're going to work on different parts here. We want to build everything around that roundabout, but the roundabout itself is now done. That's going to be, as I said before, my version of the Daily Bugle, also with a rounded corner, of course. And yeah, rounded corner is a good keyword because I want to work a little bit more here on our pineapple store you can see here. That's how we left here last time. And when we worked here on the pineapple store, of course, that's my version, my brick version of an Apple store. And I just wanted to check out how we can work on here. I just worked a little bit here at the stairs to the next floor. And as you might know from the last time, we are going to have 2 floors for the shop itself. And on top of it, we're going to have some apartments. So we have that, these stairs here on the right side to go up to the apartments. I also added a new light in here. Lots of cables running here everywhere. I have to hide them in the near future. And also started working here on the other side because, as you can see here, I just added a lot of white parts and windows and stuff like that because these are going to be some kind of office rooms for our store here. I'm not sure how right now what's going on here, but in the big area there's going to be more of the shopping part itself. But here's maybe a little area where stuff is going to be repaired or stuff like that. Maybe you have some ideas, you can write them down in the comments, of course. And yeah, we worked at different parts. Everything is now going to be connected more and more. And I also think it's a nice addition to have these windows between these 2 rooms because we can see from the outside inside. If you're asking here on the left side, there's a lot of blue and other parts that's going to be hidden by the next building in the future. When there's going to be another table here, then there's going to be only that little area here, that gray area visible, and the next building is going to be placed there. Though it's not important to have a nice looking color, so I can use some colors that are cheaper. And yeah, by the way, that's the stuff you need to work on in one of the next updates to finish up that store here. I'm not sure when that's going to be. We have a lot of construction areas here in the city, but I really like how everything comes now together. Maybe it's not the most important update in a long row of updates, but it's an important update for the future because we finished up the roundabout here. We started working here on the base for the Daily Bugle. It's a very big gap here in between. I really want to close in the near upcoming future. And we also started working once again here on the building on the right side. And it's important to finish up the building on the right side where the App Store is located because I just need to know how big that building is going to be so I can really see how I'm going to work once again at the Oscorp Tower. Because the Oscorp Tower, of course, is going to be bigger than the building in front of it, but I need to know it because it's important for the height. So stay tuned for future updates.